Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about how you can connect to these new timelines. I feel that at this point in time, there's still just a very few people that are actually in connection with these timelines that are coming in now, these golden timelines. But they're very benevolent, like they are very beneficial for our consciousness. It's just the energy of abundance, like a lot of abundance, but in the right way, the type of abundance that you would need to get your life, you know, almost like I'm hearing in order, into a state of order where you actually feel comfortable, where your body actually feels comfortable. And so I'm getting the guidance to do a reading where I focus a little bit on what can block this path, what's in the way of this path. And immediately I'm feeling anger as one of the biggest things. Being angry, feeling that things aren't going your way, and in a sense fighting what is. That seems to be a huge block. So let's just pull a card here and see what messages are coming through. It's almost like we're moving into a time where the world around us that we've been used to, it's going to start to deteriorate and it's going to start to be stress tested. So there may be like unwanted events, things that our ego will see as very unwanted, things that will break our hearts. And that can be difficult to deal with, I feel, for a lot of people. But if you have that connection to the golden light, it's going to help you so much. It's going to restore your heart, is what I'm feeling. And so it's almost like that is the only way to actually be able to make it into New Earth with like a restored heart. Because if we're not connecting to the golden light, everything is just going to be so painful at this point in time. That's what I'm feeling. Yes, the child coming out. I knew it. This is a wound of the inner child. Of course it is. That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. Yeah, and the Andean cross as well. This has been coming through in a few readings I've done over the past weeks, and I see it almost as a portal. It's like we have to go through this space here. That's how I see it. But it's almost like we have to be small enough. We have to take off all of these layers of armor before we're able to pass through it. And I feel like anger is one of those layers, because in a way, anger is a desire. It's first of all, it's like feeling unsafe. And so it's like you're feeling that you're in an environment that's not safe. But then at the same time, it's also having a mind that doesn't know how to deal with that environment. And I feel like this is such a child wounding for a lot of us. It's like feeling unsafe, but then we don't know how to change it. I think a lot of us, we probably felt trapped as children. Whether it was within our own family, whether it was in regards to school or other types of authorities, people around us, friend groups. There's a lot of trauma there. And so I just feel like you may be able to recognize that now coming up. And so it's here to leave. That's what I'm getting. Remember that it's here to leave. It's not here for us to get stuck in it, but it feels like so many people are going to get stuck in it because they're not present enough. They're not really questioning these feelings. They're just playing them out. So don't fall into that trap. That's what I would say. Let's use the Chakkiwala deck here. I'm also hearing that what we're doing right now is to restore the template of child to that of soul child. It's like it feels like in the new earth, the souls of the children on earth, that is our highest guide. because it's almost like the souls of the children, the souls of the people that are children now, they are the ones that are most connected to, you know, the next era that we're trying to pull in. And so that's what I feel like within ourselves right now. We're restoring that template of soul child, golden child. It reminds me of the sun card in the Rider-Waite, right? It's like that golden child, the sun. So that's what's happening, I feel, right now, but not a lot of people are able to understand it at this point, that is what we're doing. That's what I'm getting as well. So let's see, a card came out. Yeah, King of Swords. I'm hearing the highest authority, the owl. And this is just my card guides. They're a bit weird sometimes, but for me, I feel like the King of Swords, it's like it's really about building new air. It's kind of like building a new media inside your own head, if you know what I mean. It's like almost like we all have this airflow inside our head, you know, what we're airing in our mind, the thoughts that we're airing in our mind. And so the King of Swords, it's really about building a new form of air, like a new form of radio station in a sense inside our mind, tuning into new sources, so that it's almost like we start to question our minds more. The reoccurring thoughts, where are they stemming from? And are they in fact blocking us from, you know, our soul child, the sun, from the ability to enter into this golden age? I feel like there's a lot of messages coming into us now in regards to that. Underneath was also the Five of Wands. And so I feel like all of the disturbances that might be happening in our lives right now, you know, the things that are not going exactly to plan, they are actually here to help us. They're kind of like guides coming from the lower realms, the lower vibrational realms. But it's almost like if we have the right type of air, if we have the right type of authority, then we know how to also use these unwanted events as guidance. It teaches us how to navigate as well. That's what I'm feeling and I'm hearing. And so it won't make you angry if you look at it like that. If you like detach more and just look at it as these, you know, like this type of a guide. It's not that beautiful. It's a little bit testy, you know. It's like gonna steal all your apples, but it's still here for a reason. That's what I'm feeling. So yeah, I'm also feeling like relief again coming in for a lot of you. There might be a lot of emotional clearing as well. Yeah, I'm hearing when the authority steps up. So it's like I feel like the more you're able to hold this new template of authority, you know, the one that listens to the soul of the child, the more you're able to hold that within your mind, it's like the more your body is gonna start to release. And the more the earth is gonna start to ascend. That's what I'm hearing. You know, the quicker it's gonna happen. And I'm also hearing for you and for your collective. Okay, bunch of cards coming out here. Queen of Cups in the reverse. But it was facing up. Then there's two more cards facing down. It's the Two of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. Beware of what you're spinning is what I'm hearing. Beware of what you're spinning. And it's almost like there's a voice saying that. It's like I was hearing you're not in your full power yet. So I feel like this is a little bit of a, not a warning, but it's kind of like a heads up I feel like it's a heads up to not to not be so hard on yourself. Underneath the deck was also the Six of Swords, and behind there, the Knight of Cups. And so I just feel like we're still in the death process. I feel it's like we haven't yet come out of the tunnel. It's almost what I feel, but it's almost like we can see the light now. Yeah, with the Andean cross, it's like we can see the light, we can see the exit of the new. The more connected we are to the soul of our inner child, the more like our mind has been built around that type of authority. It's like the more we can feel the radiance and the warmth of that golden light, but it's like it's not quite yet here. So I'm feeling, don't worry, like don't push it. It's not, I feel like pushing is not going to speed it up. What is going to speed it up is that release of emotions from the body. Putting yourself into a state where you actually feel safe enough to release some of the pain. That's what I'm getting. Let's pull one more card here. Okay, final card. The King of Cups. I love it. Yeah, because there's something as well about that release. And I feel here the masculine. Oh, I got dizzy there. Wow, so dizzy. There is really this shifting of, like the matrix is really shifting in very powerful ways. I feel the orientation is really shifting. Underneath the deck was also the World card. So it's just like, this is a huge cycle. It's a big deal, I feel, what we're going through right now. But it also feels like most people can't even see it yet. They can't even see the opening. They can't even see like the rising sun. But there is this group of people that really can, and it's people that they have been able to take themselves into this place of now being in a state of actually releasing a lot of emotions. So you may be feeling this, that there is kind of like a lot of tears maybe coming up, heartache, regrets is what I'm hearing. Just let it come to the surface. And with the King of Cups there, I feel like observe it. You know, again, look at it, make sense of it. It is going to help you to move into a new cycle, is what I'm getting. It is going to help you to move into a new cycle. And so I feel like don't put the lid on. Like don't put the cap on. Like let the crown blow open. Let the crown blow open. And call in this new source is almost what I'm getting. Yeah, it's the soul. It's the soul of your inner child. The facets that you were forced to let go of back then because of the lacking in authority, you know, because of the lacking in masculine authority on the earth at that time. That's what I'm getting. I just want to pull one more card because I feel like also behind the King of Cups was the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands here and the Ace of Wands. So there's definitely a lot of shifts in relationships as well. There is movement in relationships. I'm hearing there is more understanding coming in. It's like, yeah, both parties are starting to understand. But again, this is really only the case if they have built this King of Swords energy within themselves, this like observant energy, the capability to reflect. This feels like a moon energy actually. It's like an energy of the moon, the capability to reflect. For the people that have this ability, yeah, they may experience a lot of shifts and changes also in relationships. And behind the Ace of Wands was also the Six of Cups. So the mirror is what I'm hearing when I looked at this. She's looking in the mirror. So again, there might be changes for a specific group of twin flames. One final card here, please. But there's something with the voice as well. Might be difficult to speak up for someone. Yeah, Ten of Wands is like, it's almost like the burden of the old is still quite heavy around their heart, is what I'm seeing, and on their backs. It's like they're still very burdened. I feel for someone here, it might still be quite difficult to believe. It's like it's hard for them to stand up enough so that they can look at the sky and the stars. It's like they're like crunched forward is what I'm seeing. Yeah, and the Ace of Cups in reverse. If you feel like this, you got to start releasing. You got to start releasing the emotional burden that you're carrying. You got to start crying. It's going to help you. It's going to help you to stand up and see your potential and see that potential in the situations that you're facing. It's going to help you to connect to the soul of your inner child. And I'm also hearing, and the soul of your future children. So it's like either if you want to bring in children or just like, you know, new facets, new things that you're bringing into your life. So release the emotional burden, release the old, and I think that you will start to see things more clearly. Okay, I'm gonna end it there. Take care. Bye.